Hi, this is Ren, and this is All Walks of Film. So, after the rumor mill spun around and people were speculating on who was going to play Cheetah in the new Wonder Woman movie, it was speculated that it was going to be Sarah Paulson, and Kristen Wiig was also thrown around, and lo and behold, Kristen Wiig is going to be the Cheetah. So, this actually isn't really a shock to me, even though I think the casting is terrible. They had David Thewlis play Ares in the last movie, and while I do admire David Thewlis as an actor, he was god-awful in the first Wonder Woman movie, and it looks like the second one isn't going to be any better. Now, that being said, I did not like the Wonder Woman movie. I know a lot of people did. I know it spoke to a lot of women, and I know a handful of women that it didn't speak to, and it didn't speak to me. And yes, we do need more female representation in Hollywood. Yes, we do need more female directors, but not for movies like that. That's a whole nother beast, what the first film is, and we did several podcasts on it, and you can listen to them and put in your arguments, because I'm sure I'll hear them. But you know, in all fairness, there was the skeleton of a good idea in there. You know, to be perfectly honest, I haven't liked any of the DCEU films, and I really think that they should just reboot it. You know, Justice League was a dumpster fire, but it was actually kind of amusing how bad it actually was. Wonder Woman, everybody said it was great, you know, whatever. So I wasn't really fond of the casting of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I think that she is too skinny and she doesn't have a lot of charisma as an actress. And in order to play a role like Wonder Woman, you gotta give more than that. Also, the first Wonder Woman had a lot of tokenism. Yeah, it was Gal Gadot and a whole bunch of dudes in this female-led superhero film. Because, to be perfectly honest, she looked terrible compared to the other Amazons in the first 30 minutes of the movie. If you really look at the actresses behind her, she looks terrible. So I was thinking to myself, okay, so you have this really skinny, not toned, you can't even find videos of Gal Gadot like actually working out. You can find the little thing on Conan. She worked in the Israeli army, even though that's not a huge accomplishment since it's required. Her resume is a lot less impressive than a lot of people give her. She danced. I could only find one dance video and some dancing on set. Yeah, so I wasn't impressed by her performance. Some people were. Some people were even calling for her to be nominated for Best Actress. I'm not kidding you. The same thing goes with Patty Jenkins. You know, she had a lot of acclaim for her directing Wonder Woman, and like, quite frankly, Monster is great. Monster as a debut film is absolutely amazing and is a masterpiece in its own right. I expected a lot more from her when I actually saw Wonder Woman, so, you know, I guess that's partly my bias. I hope the film that she's trying to do, I Am Superman, still happens. I believe she has Ryan Gosling in the talks for that film, and it's not a superhero film, even though the title would suggest it. But that being said, this choice of Kristen Wiig is interesting, to say the least. I don't really think of Kristen Wiig as an actress who has range. I didn't like her cameo in Mother. I think it really dropped the movie down a few pegs, but yeah, I really liked Mother. You know, I know I'll have some arguments with people on that, but you know, she just doesn't have range. She's a comedic actress. She started out in SNL. She gained more popularity with Bridesmaids, which I think is a fantastic film, and the type of film that really highlights what she can do as an actress, a comedic actress. Now, her being Cheetah is interesting just because, you know, I'm not really sure what they're trying to do with that. You know, some people have speculated that, oh, you know, they're basing it off of when Cheetah was a scientist who later got turned into a cheetah woman instead of like being a friend of hers in the Amazon. I'm sorry, I'm not as familiar with the character as many other people are. So if I'm getting this totally wrong, please fill me in. But that being said, I think that this decision just shows that they really don't know what they're doing with the DCEU. And they really need to fire their casting directors and start fresh. I honestly think that while a lot of people argue that this Wonder Woman movie is great, my argument would be you haven't seen the great Wonder Woman movie yet. But when you do, then we can talk about that one. I'm also not really sure about Kristen Wiig, playing a villain type. I guess because she has a similar body type to Gal Gadot, they just wanted somebody who was like an even match to her. Because, like, honestly, if you got somebody with tone or, an actress that was more fit than Gal Gadot, she would look pretty bad in comparison. So I guess getting somebody who's the same physique, well, close to the same physique as Gal Gadot, kind of makes sense if that's what you're going for. But I personally think that this might be a worse choice than David Thewlis and what he did as Ares in the first Wonder Woman movie. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, keep holding your heads high.